The kingdom of Shambhala, the birthplace of Lord Kalki. We believe that you're already familiar with the tale of the mysterious kingdoms like Agartha and Dwarka. It's said that these cities just vanished into thin air without leaving a trace, and here we discuss the kingdom of Shambhala, where Lord Kalki would be born, who is, per the Hindu mythology, the savior of the human race. Shambhala is a legendary paradise mentioned in ancient sources such as the Kalachakra, Tantra, and the ancient teachings of Zhangzhung civilization, which predates Tibetan Buddhism in Western Tibet. The term translates to the place of peace or place of science. According to tradition, it's a realm where only the virtuous may reside, where love and knowledge rule, and where the inhabitants are immune to pain, lack, and old age. And according to legend, Shambhala is the realm of 1,000 names. It has been referred to as the land of wonders, the land of white waters, the land of radiant spirits, the land of living fire, and the land of the living gods. Hindus refer to it as Aryavartha, the land of the worthy ones. Chinese refer to it as Xi-Tian, the western paradise of Si-Huan-Mu, and Russian Old Believers as Belovoide. In Asia, it's known by different names such as Shambhala or even Shangri-La. It's believed that the legends of this mysterious city date back thousands of years ago, and the reference to the same can be traced to the ancient texts of various cultures. The scriptures of Bon discussed a similar land that's called Olmolungrin. Coming to Hindu mythology, the mentions of the same could be found in Vishnu Puram, where it's mentioned that the incarnation of Lord Vishnu will take birth in the mysterious lands of Shambhala. And this incarnation of the Lord Vishnu will create a new age, eradicating all the evilness and loaths off of earth. The repetition of the same city is found in the Buddhist texts. Nevertheless, the first reference to the city is discussed descriptively in Kalachakra. On the surface, the Kalachakra, or the Wheel of Time, Tantra, and cycles of teachings and practices are well known among Tibetan Buddhism practitioners and researchers. Nonetheless, it's regarded as one of the greatest Tantra teachings, a practice so difficult that it takes many years of initiates to master it. The visualization of a mandala for an expert practitioner has 722 figures. One of the reasons for this prominence is that His Holiness the Dalai Lama has conferred the multi-day initiation on literally millions of individuals in over 10 countries and dozens of times. The majority of attendees saw it as a wonderful benefit and not as an introduction to the practice. As said by Dalai Lama, the higher meditations of the Kalachakra tradition can be practiced only by a select few. But because of past and future events, and in order to establish a strong karmic relationship with Kalachakra in the minds of the people, there is now a tradition of giving the initiation to large public gatherings. This is what the Dalai Lama said. Now, according to legend, Shakyamuni Buddha taught the Kalachakra at the request of King Suchandra of Shambhala. As with many Kalachakra notions, the concept of Shambhala is claimed to have outward, inner, and alternate interpretations. The outside meaning recognizes Shambhala as a physical location, but only those with the proper karma may teach there and perceive it as such. The inner and alternative meanings allude to more nuanced comprehensions of what Shambhala signifies in terms of one's own body and mind, the inner mind, and during meditation practice. These two sorts of symbolic explanations are often communicated verbally from instructor to student. As stated by the 14th Dalai Lama at the Kalachakra initiation in Bodh Gaya in 1985, Shambhala is not an ordinary nation. He said, although those with special affiliation may actually be able to go there through their karmic connection, nevertheless, it is not a physical place that we can actually find. We can only say that it is a pure land in the human realm. and unless one has the merit and the actual karmic association, one cannot actually arrive there, he said. Prediction of the city of Shambhala. The Kalki Purana is an ancient Indian text that describes the time and location of the birth of Lord Kalki. It also recounts the prevailing signals of the times, which grow so terrible and necessary that Lord Vishnu reincarnates. Throughout the development of mankind, he does this at regular periods with the express aim of elevating the spiritual order. The period of great evil described in the predictions corresponds to the 20th century, with world wars, regimes of insane dictators and authoritarian rulers, nuclear weapons, famines, illnesses, pollution, crime, violence, disasters, and global moral decay. Even in the Tibetan religious teachings, Shambhala is of utmost importance. The Kala Chakra foretells the eventual decline of humanity as the concept of materialism expands across the world. The mists will rise to reveal the snowy mountains of Shambhala when the barbarians who adhere to this worldview are unified under an evil ruler and believe there is nothing else to conquer. The barbarians will assault Shambhala with a massive army armed with horrific weapons. Then the monarch of Shambhala will emerge from Shambhala with a vast army to destroy evil forces, quote unquote, and usher in the golden age over the earth. Even if Kala Chakra predicts a future battle, this seems to contradict Buddhist teachings that forbid violence. This has prompted some theologians to interpret the fight figuratively. The Kala Chakra does not advocate violence against humans, but rather alludes to the religious practitioner's inner struggle against inner demonic impulses. Coming back to Hindu mythology, it has been mentioned that the Supreme Lord Vishnu will be born on earth to eradicate evilness from society. He will annihilate the miscreants and establish a world full of faith and compassion. He will be born as the son of Vishnu Yasa, a Brahmana from a village of Shambhala. Thereafter, they said, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. Lord Kalki will appear in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of Shambhala village, the great soul Vishnu Yasa. The reference to the Kalki being born in the village of Shambhala in both Vishnu Puram and Mahabharata, the great Indian epic. The Vishnu Purana, Book 4, Chapter 24, also explains that, quote, when the practices taught in the Vedas and institutes of law have nearly ceased, and the close of the Kali age shall be nigh, a portion of that divine being who exists of his own spiritual nature, and who is the beginning and the end, and who comprehends all things, shall descend upon the earth. He will be born in the family of Vishnu Yasha, an eminent Brahma of Shambhala village, as Kalki, endowed with 8 superhuman faculties, end quote. The Mahabharata, Vana Prava 193-97, adds to the description of Lord Kalki's appearance. Impelled by time, a Brahmana named Kalki Vishnu Yasa will be born. He will possess great energy, intelligence, and prowess. He will be born in a village called Shambhala in a blessed Brahma family. As soon as thought of, vehicles, weapons, warriors, and arms and armors will be all at his command. He will be the imperial sovereign, ever victorious by the strength of his virtue. He will restore order and peace in the world, in this world, overcrowded with creatures and contradictory in its laws. That effulgent and greatly intelligent Brahmana will destroy all things. He will be the destroyer of all, and he will be the maker of a new yuga, Satya Yuga. That twice-born one, surrounded by the Brahmans, will exterminate all the low and despicable mlekas wherever they will be found, end quote. The location of Shambhala. There are a number of researchers who have sought spiritual wisdom and have claimed to see the mystical paradise Shambhala. Numerous explorers and seekers of spiritual wisdom have traveled for centuries in search of the mythical paradise of Shambhala. However, none of them has ever come up with evidence. No one has ever pointed out the physical location of Shambhala on a map. Interestingly, most references locate Shambhala in the mountainous regions of Eurasia in Tibet. The ancient texts Zhangzong link the mysterious city of Shambhala with Sutlej Valley located in the India states of Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. On the other hand, Mongolians link Shambhala with certain southern Siberian valleys, and it's believed that Mount Beluka is said to be the entrance to Shambhala in Altai legend. Modern Buddhist academics seem to think that Shambhala is situated in the Dauladhar Mountains in the vicinity of Meklanganj in the Himalayas. According to some traditions, the gateway to Shambhala is concealed inside an abandoned monastery in Tibet and is guarded by creatures known as the Shambhala guardians. So let us know what your take is on this, if you have any comments on these lost mystical cities. And this is on Infinity Explorers by Ansh Srivastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.